Hey, Shannon Tran here, and welcome to this special training on really setting you up for success in 2020. So, I help busy professionals and executives really get back in balance and experience that fulfillment in their work and personal life. And what I want to do is a special training to really help you get grounded in what it is you want to create for 2020 so you can start the year with success, with a clear plan, and just really learning all the lessons and taking those with you as you move forward in your life. So go ahead and grab some paper because you're going to want to go through this exercise, take notes, and just really connect with yourself. When we take those moments to slow down so we have that clarity to move forward, we can move forward with a lot more confidence and with the intention of purpose. So what I want to do is just really acknowledge that, oh, I got hair in my mouth, to really acknowledge that, it's so easy for us to just get distracted by everything that's around us. And we often just leap right into the next year and barely take a moment to pause and reflect on everything we've gone through the lessons we've learned, the struggles, what worked, what didn't work, and really what do we want to release and let go of this year so we can move into the new year with new energy and with new intentions and just really new hope. And so what I want you to do is just take a couple minutes to just really think about, what are you celebrating for 2019? What were some of your achievements, wins, big or small? And it could be just that you started to take better care of yourself, or you started to exercise, or you let go of some unnecessary people pleasing, or working too hard, or you had changes in your mindset, or you broke a bad habit. Whatever it is for you, take a moment to just really celebrate those positive breakthroughs, those positive changes, so you can just acknowledge how far you've come this year. Even if you're not where you want to be, I'm confident that you've made some progress. If you were to really look, notice, acknowledge, and recognize the progress that you've made this year. So just really think about what that is for you and what area of your life. It could be your relationships, your health, your finances, whatever it is for you. Take a couple minutes to just really savor those moments where you've accomplished something, and to just give yourself a pat on the back and to just acknowledge your progress, because that's so important. And it's okay if there's things that are left undone, because that's what we can really reflect on, how we can make changes for next year. And give you another few seconds to reflect on your accomplishments, your wins, big and small, before we go through the next question. Okay, so for the next question, I want you just to reflect on and consider, what lessons have you learned, big or small. And it could be just about standing up for yourself or owning your worth, or it could be you learned about who to trust or who to not trust, or maybe you've learned about different things about yourself that you didn't realize. Maybe maybe you learned you're more maybe you're stronger than you realize, or maybe you learn that you've got to ask for help. Whatever the lessons is for you, positive, negative, whatever they may be, write those down too. Just really owning the lessons that you've learned this year. And now I want you to think about how will you apply these lessons? So now that you've learned the lessons, right, for us to experience transformation, it's about applying these lessons in your life, in your day-to-day life, so that they reflect your intention, your values, your priorities. So just think about the lessons you've learned and how you're going to apply them to your life. So for me, one of the lessons I learned was about really valuing my time. that it's important, because time is the one resource we can't renew. And so what I've been doing lately is just asking myself, is this a good use of my time? And so the lesson I've learned is that I can get distracted and spend time on the wrong things. And so it's good for me to just really ask myself, is this the best use of my time? And so the lesson that I learned was to be able to say no to things, whether it's meetings or activities that aren't really valuing my time. And so I've made a point to take a moment to reflect on that and ask myself questions. So in my day-to-day life, I'm applying that lesson of valuing my time. And so just notice what that is for you. And again, I'll give you a little moment just to take notice and write that down as I sip my tea. Okay, so the next question for us to reflect on is, what was one of your most challenging moments this year? What was your most challenging moments? Why? Why was it challenging? And how will you use this experience to help you in the new year? Yeah, so for me, one of my most challenging moments was just adapting to so much change that was going on in my corporate career. And, having to make some tough choices about where the direction of my career and what path I really wanted to take. And so it was just challenging making those decisions and adjusting to all of the changes and balancing that with taking care of myself and having time for my family and just really looking at, who I wanted to be in the world and how I wanted to bring value rather than just going on automatic pilot. And so how I want to bring that into the new year is really being more mindful of what I commit to and making sure that the things that I say yes to bring me the most fulfillment, right? Or like having deeper conversations with people before I commit, so it's very clear about what I'm committing to. Because another challenge is just, sometimes we can get ourselves into a situation where we're taking on a lot more than what we intended to take on, and then we just feel swamped and we feel like we're failing. And so it's really about taking better care of ourselves, advocating for our needs. So that's the lesson I'm going to be moving forward with for 2020, and want to hear what that lesson is for you. So just take a moment to reflect on that. And again, if I'm going at a pace that's too quick for you, you can pause this at any point and then just restart it if you need more time. So please feel free to give yourself more space, more time if you need to reflect on the questions by simply pausing this video at any time, so you have a little more space to reflect on things. All right, let's go on to the next question for self-reflection. And that is, what are you most grateful for? So what are some moments, relationship experiences that you've had this year that you're just really grateful for? You really appreciate, it's made a difference in your life. You're glad that you did it, or you're glad that you got to experience it. And for me, there's some family vacations that I've had that I'm really grateful for. There's special moments with my kids. There's new people that I've met that I'm really grateful for. And there's some accomplishments that I've made that I'm grateful for. So think about what that is for you, where you can just really feel that gratitude for the people and the opportunities and the experiences that you've had in your life, and just take a moment to really savor that and enjoy that. That's important. And again, you can, take these moments and just even reflect on them more and more after this video, or just a few times in your day to just really notice that and enjoy it. Okay, the next question I want to reflect on is, what are some new beliefs that you need to develop and that you will carry with you into the next year? And so, depending on what some of your challenges are, maybe one of your new beliefs is that you can handle anything that comes your way. Or maybe a new belief is, I'm deserving of a quality life, or I'm worthy of of making more money, or I'm worthy of a loving relationship, or I'm worthy of better health. Whatever that is for you, just reflect on what beliefs do you need to develop about yourself and that you want to carry on to the new year. And, I want to take a moment just to go a little deeper with this, because, our self-image is something that we want to actively work on a regular basis, because our self-image affects what we can take in, what we can receive, what we can allow for ourselves. And so some of these beliefs may just be about your self-image, right? About being worthy, about being lovable, about being supported, or about being capable. Whatever that is for you, start to take some time to really dig into what do you need to believe to confidently move forward in 2020 and to create the experience you want to create for yourself. Whether that's more peace, prosperity, fun, ease. There could be some words that really resonate with you and speak to what it is that you want to experience in your life in the next year or so. All right, so the next question is, what limiting beliefs or struggles do you need to release and let go of? And, it may be just that you have to work really hard to prove your worth, or it could be that you're not capable of greatness, or it could be that, you're not, you're not better than, or you're not good enough, or you're whatever your limitation is in the area of your life. Just start to notice that and write it down. And this is another area where you can pause the video, because negative beliefs are going to come up, and that's totally okay. It's just where you need to do some inner work. So pay attention to that. So awareness is the first step in creating change. So be aware of what limiting beliefs do you have? What struggles do you need to let go of? So I know for me, one of the ones that I needed to let go of was just thinking that I have to do everything on my own. I can't ask for help, or I've got to figure it out myself. And my experiences reflect that belief. And so I've worked on learning to ask for help, getting comfortable delegating, being okay, when I need to be vulnerable. And so think about, what negative beliefs do you need to release and let go of so you can step forward as your worthy, confident self. And again, I'm going to sip my tea and give you a moment to write this down and get connected and grounded with yourself, and really intimate with, if you haven't had a chance to just be intimate with yourself because you've been running around, going from task to task, you're so busy, this is the time to just get connected with you, how you're doing physically, emotionally, spiritually. Just really give yourself the gift of this time. And what are things that you've loved and want more of? So think about what you've really enjoyed this year, and what would you like to see more of? Could be more family time, more balance, whatever that is for you. I'm going to pause this while I take this call and give you a chance to answer that question.